just wanted to jump on and do a quick mini series about crying because it gets a really bad rap. And it's interesting because I look at crying in a very different way to how everyone else does. I actually call them tears of truth, because I find that my eyes tear up when exactly that happens, when something is really true for me or I am breaking through to my truth. So over the next 3 days, I just want to do this quick little mini series called The Tears of Truth. And today I actually want to do some myth busting around crying. So I want to talk to you about, first of all, the judgments that we make when we cry, or the judgments that we might make about somebody else when we see them crying. And as I said, crying gets a really bad rap because when we start to cry, or when someone's crying, we often think that it's a sign of weakness. Another judgment is that people say, oh, don't be so emotional. And those two things are absolutely, utterly crap. You know, it actually takes guts to cry. And it actually is not a case of being emotional. It's about being heartfelt, because when you cry, you're actually releasing. And you're releasing emotions. And remember, before Christmas, I was talking about, in the Emotional Fitness series, about how emotions are energy in motion. And so one of the ways that we release them is through crying. What other judgments do we hold on crying? Well, sometimes we think there's something wrong when people cry. You know, that people are broken when they cry. I mean, man, they're really just insane judgments that we make about ourselves and other people. And then there's the thought of, oh, I must be unstable because I'm crying. And so there's 4 things: weak, too emotional, something's wrong, or that we're unstable. Now, that's totally, utterly rubbish. And so that's what I want to actually do in this little mini series over the next 3 days, is give crying a makeover. I want people, when they release these wonderful tears, to know that they're tears of truth and that they're very powerful things. So let's take a look at some of the benefits of tears. You know, why are they so important? Well, for starters, they're actually a natural function of the eye. We have tears for lots of different reasons. We get something stuck in our eye, and tears lubricate our eyes to keep them clean and to protect them. And so when we actually cry, there's lots of really good antibacterial things that are actually in the tears that help our eyes. So scientifically, when we cry, we're actually creating a healthy eye. Oh my goodness, I think that rhymes. So it's actually really important and healthy to do so. Emotionally though, crying is so very important because it's a form of release. And we all know that it's really important to release and feel our emotions because, as I said before, emotions are energy in motion. That's why they're called emotions. So they are there to be felt. Life is there to be felt. That's the only way we can find our truth, is through what we experience. And to do that, and for it to register at a heart and soul level, you have to feel. If you turn off your emotions and you don't feel, guess what? You're a robot. You're not really living and you're not experiencing life fully. So release is the second benefit. It releases emotions. And you know, the wonderful thing about when you actually allow the tears to fall is that they are full of fabulous endorphins. So after crying, the act of crying actually helps you to feel good. Now, there's a particular endorphin in there called oxytocin. Oxytocin. Gosh, I don't say that very well. But oxytocin, oh, there we go. I can't say it very well again. Oxytocin, I'm going to stumble on that all the time now. Oxytocin is a really powerful endorphin. It's actually called the love drug. And we feel it in all sorts of heartfelt moments. And they come certainly when we cry. So oxytocin is a really, really powerful drug. that can inhabit our body. And one of the main ways it comes through is when we cry. So if you want that feel-good feeling and that sense of love flowing through your body and through your veins, then get those tears of truth flowing. So what else? When we cry, it actually releases stress hormones. So all of that sense of chemical toxic stress that is flowing around in your body, it's a way to release it. So that's pretty good too. Now, coming back to it being a form of release, you know, sometimes when we get this emotional build-up, we become a bit like a hot water system. And if we don't have that release valve, then we're going to go kaboom. And we could go kaboom like a volcano. And when we do go kaboom, you know what? We want to have a healthy vent, right? We want to be able to have an outpouring through crying or through what I call the tears of truth, because when you release what it is that you've been holding in, it's usually, it's usually an attachment to a belief we've had, which is usually caused by our false self. It's a false self-thought. And so when we release this thought or feeling or emotion, we're actually clearing the way to our authentic self. We're clearing our way to truth. And that's why I call them tears of truth, because the act of tears falling and the release of them is clearing the way to our truth. Now, the other wonderful benefit of the tears of truth is that they're actually a form of navigation too. So we get tears not just when we're in pain or we're upset or we're releasing emotions. We get tears of joy. Everyone, I think, has experienced tears of joy. And so tears of truth are really, really important for me. I want to feel them every day, and I do feel them every day, and I want to feel them multiple times a day, because when I have what I call tears of truth, I know I'm on purpose, because I am so moved by the alignment of what I feel to what my purpose is. I am so congruent with, what I am here to do. It moves me. It moves me to create these tears of truth. So every time I have that is a powerful indicator to me that I'm doing the right things and I'm on track. So there we go. Today is day one of this little mini series of the Tears of Truth. I want to give crying a makeover because it absolutely deserves it. And so today I talked about the judgments that I would love people to drop and the benefits that I want people to see. Tomorrow, on the Tears of Truth, I am going to talk about being heartfelt and reframing this whole sense of people being emotional. People are not being emotional. They're allowing their feelings and their emotions to release. That doesn't make them emotional, and it certainly doesn't make them out of control. What it actually means is they're connecting with their heart. They're feeling heartfelt. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about reframing from being emotional to being heartfelt, okay? And to being someone that feels deeply. And I can tell you what, if you want to live life fully, and if you want to live full potency, and you want to live your potential, your full potential, then man, you want to feel deeply, yeah? Because that helps you feel vibrant and alive. Day 3 on the Tears of Truth, I'm going to talk to you about the tears of truth being a form of navigation and how you can tell whether you're on the path of purpose, right? So lots of people get caught on the path of procrastination. I want you, just like me, to be on the path of purpose. All right, so that's it for me. I'm going to be tuning in at the same time tomorrow. So that is, what time is that? That's 9 o'clock Sydney time, and I think it's 10 o'clock London time. Okay, 10 a.m. London time, 9 o'clock p.m. Sydney time. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you found this useful. Give it all a go. Have a think about it. Give it a go. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, catch you later. Bye.